Good morning student and welcome for history lecture. Today we'll start with lesson number 10, Cold War. In this lesson some points we are going to discuss like Cold War definition. Then we'll talk about the policies like NATO, ANZUS, CETO, CENTO, Warsaw Pact. These are some organizations which established after Second World War. Then we'll have talk about non-aligned movement, India's anti-colonial policy, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation and Commonwealth. Okay, so first we'll start with the Cold War. Now all we know that after Second World War, there was no war, right? Because everyone got the impacts of nuclear war which happened at the time of Second World War, and that's why all the countries they wanted peace in the world. They came to know the importance of peace, and they were very well known that if there will be Third World War, so what would be the impact. And that's why actually the war ended at that time, but there was Cold War. So what is this Cold War? This is the term which came into existence after Second World War. So first we'll have look for the term of the Cold War. So here you can open your page number 77. We are on page number 77, and from that first point we are going to discuss, that is Cold War. Now the term Cold War, it is used because of there was no large scale fighting directly between superpowers. And who were superpowers that time? Two groups were there. One was Soviet Union and second was American group. Okay, so USSR and USA, these two opposite groups there were there, and that time Cold War, this term had been introduced to the world. Actually these superpowers, they did not fight within, but they each supported major regional conflicts known as proxy war. So what is proxy war? I'll send you the link for this. Actually the proxy war means what? Here we can take an example. Suppose if there is a fighting between A and B, okay, so suppose if again there is a fighting between C and D, so what this C and D they will do? They will help these two, A and B, means D is going to support to B and C is going to support to E. They are not going to fight directly, but indirectly they are going to fight. So here there is a fighting between A and B. I'll write here. Okay. What is proxy war? Suppose if there is a fighting between A and B, okay, and there is a fighting between C and D also. So that time now A and B they are fighting, okay. So this C and D they are not going to fight directly, but what they will do, they are going to help each other, means C will help A and D will help B. So there will be indirect fighting between this, and that's why these regions, these countries, they were supporting each other, and that's why this fighting was not between only the European countries, but it was the fighting all over the world. It was the fighting of all over the world, right? So the conflict was based around the ideological and Geopolitical struggle for global influence by the two powers following their temporary alliance and victory against Nazi Germany in 1945. Actually, the Cold War split the wartime alliances, leaving the USSR and US as a two superpowers with profound economic and political differences. If you remember, so that time you could remember that actually this USSR and USS, they supported each other in the World War II, but afterwards what happened, they were more stronger, they were more powerful. So after World War II, these two powers, they wanted to dominance over the world. So USSR also wanted to dominate, and USA also they wanted to dominate. Okay, now here was one major difference between these two, why the Cold War arises. So if we'll see the reason for that, so the reason behind that was the ideology. Now what was the ideology? There was the ideology of communism and the capitalist. Okay, so here what was the thing, that Soviet Union, they were in the favor of communism, and USA, they were in the favor of capitalist. What is that? Afterwards we are going to talk. And because of that, this USSR, the Soviet Union, they wanted to spread communism all over India, and USA at same time they wanted to do same thing, they wanted to spread capitalist all over the world. And from that, Cold War had been started. So this was the point, this was the reason. So here you can see at the one side Soviet Union is there, on the other side USA, America, which is the most superpower country, they are there. Okay, and here the year also mentioned that from 1947, means when we got independence. So from that point till 1991, means recently this war has been ended, and it was a long duration for this war. So this was the battle between the ideologies. Ideologies means thinking. Okay, so as I told you that there was the two groups, one was USSR and second it was USA. USA always support to capitalist, and USSR always they supported to communism. Okay, so this is the tussle between, means this is the fight between nations, capitalist nations and the communist nation for the power and ideological influence, because everyone wanted to spread their ideology all over the world. Okay, and this Second World War is referred to as, means after Second World Wars, it was referred to as Cold War. Here is one American political who used this term at first time, and that was Walter Lippmann. He was the person, he was the American political who used this term as first time, that is Cold War. Okay, now when we learn the concept of Cold War, so that time some characteristics we have to learn, some features we are going to learn. So these features are like, what was this Cold War? So first thing, there was no direct war. Okay, like First World War and Second World War, the countries, they didn't fight directly. Second thing, intense race for armament. They wanted to just increase their army, their military force, their weapons. They wanted to increase because they wanted to become superpower. They wanted to become more stronger than other country, and that's why they just increase their weapons. They just increase their this machines and instruments and army force. Next is mutual lack of faith among nations. They were not trusting each other. That was the third point. Next is political and economical pressurization, and last one is the ideological conflict. As we discussed that one group was in the favor of communism and another was in the favor of capitalist, right? So we'll talk about the background of the Cold War. So what is Cold War? This is the term which is used to describe the relationship between America and Soviet Union from 1945 to 1980, but actually it considered till 1991. Neither side ever fought other. They didn't fight among each other, but consequences would be too appalling. But they did not fight or their beliefs using other state who fought for their beliefs on their behalf. Okay, the competition between the superpowers influenced the foreign policies, political institutions, and economic system of societies in almost every corner of the world. So, as I told you, this war was not for Europe continent only, but it spread all over the world. Okay, so automatically all the countries, they got included in the Cold War, because there was something, means there was allies between them, and that's why they had to enter into the Cold War, like the Second World War. So we had seen that time also the other countries, they supported each other. Why? Because they were allied to each other, and that's why in the Cold War also same thing happened. The countries, they were allied to each other, and that's why they enter into the Cold War. So after the Second World War, there was the creation of the Cold War. England and France, they lost their primary position in the world politics. Now they became weakened because of the Second World War, because they lost their economy, they lost their military force, they lost their human power in that war. So in this period, now what happened? The Russia gained dominance in Eastern Europe, while America, England and France, they gain prominence in Western. Now see, here the continent divided into two parts, Eastern Europe and the Western Europe. So in the Eastern Europe, Russia was the country who was more powerful, and in the Western Russia was the country who was superior in Europe, Eastern Europe, and the America was the country who was superior in the Western part, right? So now that's why what happened, the Europe was divided into two parts, Eastern Europe and the Western Europe. Eastern Europe means Russia, Western Europe means America, England, France. So the Eastern European nations, under the influence of Soviet Russia, they adopted the communist ideology, and the Western European nations, under the European influence of America, they adopted the capitalist ideology or the democratic system. And because of that, Cold War situation caused. This also I told you at the beginning, why this Cold War happened or what was the reason. Because USSR, they were in the favorism of communism. They wanted to spread communism all over the world, and America was the country who wanted to spread capitalist among the world. Okay, so now first we'll check what is this communism and capitalist. So communism was based on 1948 publication Communist Manifesto by two German political philosopher, Karl Marx and his close association Friedrich Engels. Now what is communism? Okay, let me tell you what is communism. So in communism, we give all power to government, means government is going to decide about the economy of the country, as well as they are going to take all authorities of industries. And in capitalist what happened, in capitalist the authorities are given to individual, a person, private ownership, it is there in the capitalism. And in communism, whole authorities, rights are given to government only. Okay, so USSR, they had given all authorities to their government, and America, they wanted to give these rights to their private industries. Here again one more time we'll take one example. Okay, तो अगर हम सिंपल लैंग्वेज में बात करते हैं तो हम ये देखेंगे कि सपोज़ आई हैव पेन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग industry. Okay, so when I have invested my money for that pen manufacturer company, so that time whatever the profit will get, whatever the cost will be there in communism, the government is going to decide the cost for my pen. They are going to decide profit for my pen, and whatever the profit or whatever the things will be there, the government is going to decide, right? Now in capitalist what happened, अगर मेरी पेन की खुद की कंपनी है तो मैं उसका डिसाइड कर सकती हूँ कि उसकी कॉस्ट क्या होगी, उसके लेबर मुझे कितने, मैंने कितने इन्वेस्टमेंट किए हैं, और ये सब निकाल कर आई कैन डिसाइड द प्राइस फॉर माई पेन. मैं डिसाइड कर सकती हूँ कि 5 रुपये रखने, 10 रुपये रखने, 50 रुपये रखने. लेकिन कम्युनिज्म में क्या होता है, ये जो अथॉरिटी ये सब गवर्नमेंट को दी है. सो हियर द गवर्नमेंट इज गोइंग टू डिसाइड दैट व्हाट विल बी द कॉस्ट फॉर दैट पेन. Okay, so that is the difference between these two. So USA, they were in the favor of capitalism because they had given ownership to private companies, private industries, where in communism, Russia, they had given this rights, these authorities to their government. Okay, so is it clear? Okay. Capitalism is an economic system and a mode of production in which trade, industries and the means of productions are largely or entirely privately owned and operated for profit. So here whatever the profit get, that is for that person, that individual person get that profit. But in communism what happened, whatever the profit it is there, some part of that profit that person get and another profit गवर्नमेंट गेट. मीन्स अगेन देयर इज़ डिवाइडेशन फॉर दैट प्रॉफिट. थोड़ा जो प्रॉफिट है वो गवर्नमेंट को मिलेगा और थोड़ा जो बचा हुआ प्रॉफिट है वो आदमी को मिलेगा जिसकी कंपनी है. लेकिन कैपिटलिज्म में क्या होने वाला है, जो पूरा प्रॉफिट है वो पूरा प्रॉफिट जो है वो उस आदमी को मिलने वाला है, गवर्नमेंट को नहीं मिलने वाला. सो दैट इज़ द बिग डिफरेंस बिटवीन दिस टू. Okay, so here are some causes of the Cold War. Causes of Cold War: the end of the World War II and the changes in the balance of power, rebuilding Europe, the Trump doctrine, European Recovery Program, Marshall Plan. Okay, so here we are going to discuss about the Marshall Plan, which is there for our syllabus. After the Second World War was over, America had a Marshall Plan for post-war reconstruction of Europe. What is this Marshall Plan? Marshall Plan, here the America supported the other countries who were destroyed, who were vanished, who had suffered a lot for economical reason. And here America, they supported, they gave loan, they helped these countries, financial help they had given. Okay, so why it was done by America? Because America wanted support of these countries. जैसे कि एक होता है ना कि अगर हमने इनको लोन दे दिया या फाइनेंशियली हमने हेल्प कर दी, सो वो हमारा हम यानी क्या हो जाएंगे, दे आर गोइंग टू सपोर्ट व्हेन वी नीड दैट. So this person is going to support us. So like that, suppose if somebody wants financial help and if I am going to give that person some amount, so that time when I'll need that person, that time I can ask that person for help. So here the same thing was happening. America wanted to reconstruct these countries who suffered in Second World War because America wanted their support somewhere, and that's why this was the Marshall Plan of America. What they had done, they tried to reconstruct Europe because financially it is a big country, and financially they are more stronger than any country, and that's why they supported so many countries in Europe which were suffered in Second World War. So financial help they did. Soviet Russia started encouraging the freedom movements in Asia and Africa. Now here the USSR, they gave encouragement for this we have seen in the 9th lesson, right? That decolonization in the world. So that time Africa and Asia we talk about. So here the USSR, they encourage Africa and Asia continent for their freedom movement, Because of the division of Europe into Eastern and Western Europe, a political tension was created between America and Soviet Russia. Now, obviously, there was the conflict between these two because already the Europe continent got divided into two parts: Eastern part, which was of USSR, Soviet Union, and the Western part, which was of America. Okay, so now, although a direct war was not there between them, Third World War prevailed at global level. And what can be the reason for this? Because they knew very well that if there will be the third world war, so already these countries, they were very powerful in weapons, already they had their nuclear power. So if there would be third world war, so that time all the countries, all the world human beings, they are going to destroy totally, means there will be no population, because all the countries till the second world war, they had prepared themselves that they could save themselves from this weapon. And from this, what happened, because of this what we can say, because of this race, they became more stronger in armed force, they become more stronger in human force, and that's why they knew it very well, if there will be third world war, so that time everything it is going to be destroyed from the world, and it was prevailed at the global level. But there was a tension between these two, Western Europe and the Eastern Europe. Russia perennially appeared to be ready for the war. Tension prevailed on the both sides, but actual war did not happen. This situation is known as Cold War. Okay, so I told you that what was the principle for this both communism and capitalist. Now what happened, this Cold War, it did not remain restricted only to Europe, but it spread in Asia as well as in Africa continent. Two major events took place in the first half of the 20th century. They were the Sino-Soviet Treaty of Friendship and the Korean conflict. Again, I'll give you details of this. The Cold War began during the times of Russian Premier Stalin. So, the Cold War, it began when important government body was there, means the president was there, whose name was Stalin, and after his death again it was succeeded by Nikita Khrushchev, who understood the destructive nature of nuclear war, brought changes in the past Soviet policies and adopted policies based on more realistic outlook. Means what, here one person was there who was understood the effects of second world war, and that's why they wanted to stop this, they want peace in the world, and that's why they prevailed third world war, and that's why the Cold War began after the second world war. It looked forward to create a peaceful coexistence between the Russia and Africa. Everyone wanted peace between these two countries, because if there was war, so all countries, they had to suffer because of these two countries, right? So his policies could not make meeting possible between him and American president. Okay, so here you have to understand that there are two groups. Here are specially two groups, and afterwards China enter. So two groups of this Cold War. First is USSR, second is USA. In USSR means Soviet Russia group. In that, East Germany, Poland, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria and Albania, these countries are there. In America group, Netherlands, Denmark, Belgium, West Germany, France, England, France, Italy, Spain, Greece, United Kingdom, these countries were there. Okay, now what was the difference between these two? I am on page number 78. We are talking about the chart, the differentiation which is given between the Soviet Russia group and America group. Okay, we are talking for this point. Okay, so ideology, Soviet Russia group ideology is communism. Means the authorities, in short we can say that authorities are given to government is going to decide each and everything. Here America, who believed on ideology of capitalist, means the ownership of industries and factories, it is given to individual. Then if we talk about economy, so the government is the owner for economy. Here private ownership, it is given to the people. And if we talk about the treaties between these two, which we are going to discuss further in the lesson, so here defense treaties were like, means we are talking about USSR. So USSR, there was the treaties like Warsaw Pact, Sino-Soviet Treaty of Friendship 1950, and here in USA, NATO, ANZUS, SEATO, CENTO, all these treaties had been done. Okay student, now one more important term we are going to use in this lesson, and that is Cuban Missile Crisis. So we'll talk about this. What is this crisis? Now during the Cuban Missile Crisis, the leaders, means the US and USSR, they were engaged in tense. They were tense because they knew that anybody could attack them anytime. So here USSR, what did they install their nuclear, they just install their nuclear arm in Cuba, means they made Cuba as a center for nuclear arm, and which was just 90 miles away from US shore. So means they wanted to show US that anytime we could attack on you, we could just a nuclear bomb attack we could do on you, because we are very near to you. Okay, and that's why what they did, in Cuba they just installed their nuclear arm and they made it center for nuclear arm, and this thing, it is known as Cuban Missile Crisis. So Cuba, it became the center of the tension which created by the Cold War because of the deployment of nuclear missiles to Cuba by USSR. This incident is known as the Cuban Missile Crisis. Now, to reduce the tension between these two countries, some measures took that time, and it was like bilateral agreement establishing a Moscow-Washington hotline for instant communication were taken. So to reduce the tension between these two countries, so here some measures were taken. One measure, it was like there was a bilateral agreement and they just installed the hotline from Moscow to Washington, means that was the telephone line where you could contact with each other if there will be any problem, if there will be any situation, war situation. So that time all countries, they could connect to each other and they could call to each other, and this happened in 1972. Now in the American Soviet Russia, the summit held in that year at Moscow, it was unanimously agreed upon to put a limitations on the number of nuclear missile. So here one more thing, it was restricted that these countries now they had to reduce their production for nuclear missile, because if it is going to be increased, if the countries they are going to just increase the production of nuclear missiles, so that time anytime anything can be happen. Any country can just do this nuclear attack to other countries, and other countries is totally going to be destroy, vanish. And that's why now here with the agreement, it was agreed to put limitation on this nuclear missile. This agreement reduced the tension between these two countries somehow. And same year, America officially acknowledged the People's Republic of China as a state. The process of relaxing the political tension is referred to as Détente. So this process is known as Détente. The process of relaxing a political tension is referred to as Détente. Now what is this Détente, that we will see. Détente means a lessening of tension, means when the countries they try to reduce the tension, that is known as Détente. Now in 1960, mainly due to the Cuban Missile, what happened, there was the increase. Both sides in the Cold War, they realized that there was a need to reduce the tension and slow down the buildup of arm, and that's why here they use this term. The process of relaxing the political tension is referred to as detente. Now, detente is period of reducing Cold War tension between US and USSR from 1967 to 1979, and this era, it was a time of increased trade and cooperation with the Soviet Union and signing some treaties like what, strategies arm limitation, that is known as SALT, means where there will be there will be limitations on these countries, that on some amount only they could produce these nuclear weapons. And relations cooled again with the Soviet invasions of Afghanistan. So here there was the thing, because of that the tension between these two countries, it was reduced. Okay, so today we'll see up to this. Now in the next lecture we are going to discuss more points. Now you have to read this 2 pages very calmly, because all terms are new to you, and that's why you have to go through it. If you don't understand, you can ask me, okay, when live lecture will be there. Thank you and have a nice day.